Okay, so I promised the story about the mimic in my house. Here we go. So I bought my house, like 3 years ago? Okay. And at the time, my ex-girlfriend and I were together. Well, we had bought the house from a family member. She was elderly, and she, quite honestly, she was a hoarder, okay? And so she had all of this stuff, like old stuff, like antique stuff everywhere. Some of the things that she had ended up leaving in the house, it was a Coca-Cola clock, like an old-timey antique Coca-Cola clock. Like it was this big rectangle thing. Really an interesting clock, but it was made out of plastic. I mean, it was whatever. I thought it was cool. Personally, I wanted to keep it at first, but hold on. The other thing was there was this, it was like this angel lamp thing that would hang from the ceiling. So like you have, I don't even know how to describe it. It had this like chain with like plastic around it. And so it would hang from a hook on the ceiling. And then it had like, I guess it was like an oil lamp, essentially, right? Well, I ended up taking that down because it was kind of creepy, like just, hanging from my ceiling and stuff. And I was like, that doesn't go at all. So I took that down, and then I put that and the Coca-Cola clock on the floor in the other room, like literally on the other side of this wall behind me. I put them in the floor. And then not too long after that, my ex-girlfriend comes up to me and she goes, "Did you call me?" I said, No, because I was on one side of the house and she was on the other side of the house, okay? And I was like, "No, I did." She was like, "I swear to God, I just heard you say my name." And I said, No, I'm just, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was doing something. I was like, "No, I didn't say your name." And she was like, "Okay." And so it ended up happening again. And so at this point, she starts getting freaked out. She was like, "Anna, that's not a good sign." And I was like, "Yeah, no, you're right." And so I don't remember what it was that made me think it's got to be the clock. I think what it was is we had deduced, like, clocks are typically tied to supernatural. I forget the whole story behind it. I'd have to redo the research on it. But anyways, like, I guess maybe because it's, like, tied to time. I don't know. Anyways, so I end up taking that lamp, the oil lamp, and the clock, and I put it in the basement. And next thing I know, my ex-girlfriend's coming up to me and she's like, "Anna, I know there's no way you just said my name because I heard it from the basement." And I said, "Nope, I've been upstairs this whole time." So long story short, I ended up taking that oil lamp and the clock, put it in the trunk, took it to a family member that can, like, because it was my ex-husband's grandmother who owned this house. So I took it to his mother and I said, "Here you go, this is granny stuff." And ever since then, I haven't heard any noises. Granted, I didn't hear any noises, like any voices at first, but after that, she didn't hear any voices. However, even after that, I had gotten these like little pumpkin guys from Publix, and they had like little, the little googly eyes, and then they had little hair in the top, little colored hair, whatever. Well, that shelf right back there, I put one here and I put one there, okay? And the one that was in this corner, if I left the house and came back, now keep in mind, okay, they would face out this way, right? Toward you. Well, when I would come back, this one would be facing that way toward the door. First of all, that shelf is like at least 6 feet tall. I'm 5'6". And with nobody else in the house, it was me, my ex-girlfriend, who is like, I want to say she's like 5'4", 5'5", something like that. Like, she's small, like a little shorter than me. And then my kids. So like nobody was getting up there to turn that pumpkin. I'm just saying, it's a little freaky. But also there have been other situations that have happened here in this house. So I'll have to do other videos on those because they're equally as freaky.